Across the world, millions of people have taken to the streets in solidarity with Palestinians amid Israel's relentless bombing of besieged Gaza. Among the most vocal Palestinian allies have been Jewish advocates for Palestine, who have been consistently raising their voices in defense of Palestinian rights under Israel's illegal, decades-long occupation.
Palestinians have the right to live in freedom!
The right to live in freedom!
The right to return home!
The right to return home!
For many of these Jewish advocates, their opposition to Israel and their support for Palestinian liberation is not just an act of resistance, but also a matter of faith. One such group is the Neturei Karta. It was founded in the 1930s by Orthodox Jews in Jerusalem as a Jewish advocacy group against the Zionist movement, the State of Israel, and the grabbing of Palestinian lands. The group's members believe that the establishment of an Israeli state contradicts their religious principles, adding that a Jewish state may only be permitted and created by the Messiah.
So by making their state, by killing and stealing and occupying, that's again against the whole teaching of the Torah. Our Torah is we should be subservient to God, not to steal, not to kill, to do. So the whole concept of making Zionism is a direct contradiction to everything that Judaism means.
Because of the group's belief that Judaism and Zionism are fundamentally opposed, Neturei Karta continues to face criticism from numerous other Jewish organizations, which reprimand it for advocating for Palestinian liberation. Some even accuse the group of selling out their fellow Jews. But Neturei Karta remains steadfast in its opposition to Israel.
It was the Muslim countries and the Arab countries that opened the doors and took in the Jews and embraced us, although we have a distinctly different religion, and we were able to flourish amongst them and put out our greatest rabbis. So we have to show gratitude. So in all aspects, why should we stand up for the Palestinian people? Because what's being done to them is a Nakba, is a colossal catastrophe, a crime.
Neturei Karta is the only one among several Jewish ultra-Orthodox groups within and outside of Israel that is credited with giving a political dimension to its opposition to Zionism. One of its leaders, Rabbi Moshe Hirsch, served as cabinet minister under former Palestinian leader Yasser Arafat. His efforts reshaped the Neturei Karta movement into a globally recognized alternative to traditional Jewish ideologies. However, it's not just religious Jewish organizations that are involved in the Palestinian struggle for liberation. Newer generations of Jewish youth have also been vocal about Israel's illegal occupation of Palestinians and their territories. And amid Israel's ongoing onslaught on Gaza, Jewish-led protests have been growing in scale and urgency. This is Jewish Voice for Peace. Founded in 1996, the group describes itself as the largest progressive Jewish anti-Zionist organization in the world. It claims to have more than 300,000 supporters with over 1 million followers on Instagram and maintains chapters on many US college campuses. Since Israel launched its latest war on Gaza on October 7, the group has organized numerous street protests, sit-ins, and rallies to protest against Israel's atrocities, capturing the attention of the broader American public.
We see beloved Palestinian friends and colleagues in Gaza tweeting with their last few moments of battery life on their phones in English about what's going on, because they understand that we in the US have the power to stop this. You know, it's our government that is pouring billions of dollars into what we really understand as a genocidal war on Palestinians being done with our tax dollars as a Jewish community in our names. And so we showed up to say, like, no, not in our names.
The group's mobilization of support for Palestinians has rattled pro-Israel lobbies and multiple US politicians who have labeled their actions anti-Semitic. But the rise of opposition to Israel within the Jewish community in the US and a growing sense of alienation towards Israel is not a new phenomenon. Rather, it is a trend that has been growing steadily in the US in recent years. A 2021 survey conducted by the Jewish Electorate Institute found that 43% of respondents under 40 agreed that Israel's treatment of Palestinians is similar to racism in the United States. And 38% of those under the age of 40 agreed that Israel is an apartheid state.
The people of Palestine have to be free. They didn't start the violence. They've been occupied. Their cause is just. I'm Jewish, but I can see their cause is just.
As Israel's war on Gaza enters its third month, nearly 20,000 Palestinians have been killed, and about 2 million residents of Gaza have been internally displaced. The deadly onslaught has strengthened Jewish opposition to Tel Aviv more than ever before, and the message from Jewish allies is clear.
Not in our name!
But the question remains, will these protests be a catalyst for Israel, aided and abetted by the US, to put an end to the perpetual violence it commits against Palestinians and to finally cease its occupation?